what if feeling stuck is not a sign that you are failing, but a sign that something in your life no longer fits who you're becoming? We're often told that when we feel stuck, that we need to work harder, get more disciplined, and push through. But sometimes the real reason we cannot move forward is because you're trying to build your next chapter from an identity, a mindset, or a version of yourself that you have outgrown. If you have been feeling lost, restless, disconnected, or frustrated because you know you want more, but can't seem to figure out what your next steps are, you are in the right place. In this episode, we are uncovering the real reason you feel stuck and what this season may be inviting you to change. I'm your host, Ashaya, and this is Empower Legacy.
You glow different when you love yourself. Walk different when you know your worth. Can't nobody dim your light no more. You survive way too much hurt.
If you didn't see my introduction video, this podcast was created to support women in a season of reinvention, to rediscover who they are and to become the person they were meant to be, so that they can intentionally start creating a life they love through identity, purpose, and personal transformation. A season of reinvention happens after burnout, heartbreak, financial hardship, motherhood, or just feeling stuck and disconnected from yourself. Over the upcoming weeks, I will be creating tools and resources to help make that transition possible. You're not lacking motivation, you're lacking clarity. Podcasts, books, and motivation only takes us so far because it's mainly focused on behavior, not identity. It tells you what to do, not who you are or how you become aligned with yourself. So when motivation stops working, you try therapy, coaching, courses/programs, or sometimes just other systems. On the surface, these look like progress, but in reality, you're still missing the core piece. Therapy helps you understand your past, but doesn't design your future. So you gain insight, but not a clear identity to move forward. Coaching gives accountability, but often assumes clarity already exists. So you push into action before you're fully clear on who you are. Courses provide structure, but usually start at habits and goals, so the identity foundation gets skipped. All of these solutions assume one thing, that you already know who you are and what you want, but you don't. So you do the loop of therapy, insights without direction, coaching, action without identity, courses, structure without self-understanding, and motivation, energy without consistency. And none of them answer the real question you're asking at night. Who am I? And what life is actually meant for me? Don't get me wrong. Therapists, coaches, podcast creators, content creators, and course creators are amazing. They have helped so many people. They have helped me on my journey, and I'm one of them now. I just offer something earlier in the transition chain: identity, purpose, and clarity before goals, habits, or strategy. What you've been missing is a structure, process to rediscover your identity, clarify your purpose, and rebuild the life from who you actually are, not who you used to be or think you should be. Information and transformation are two different things. Information changes what people know. Transformation changes who people become. Let me break this down for you. Information versus transformation. Teaches concepts versus change identity. Gives knowledge versus create action. Answers what versus answers who am I becoming. Inspires for a moment versus changes someone long term. Lives in the mind versus lives in everyday life, and ends with understanding versus ends with implementation. My goal isn't to just give you information. It's to help you become the woman you're meant to be. Because information fills your mind, but transformation changes your life. Now let's get into all the ways you may identify that you are disconnected from yourself. Being disconnected from yourself isn't just feeling lost. It's losing touch with your identity, values, needs, and inner voice. Many women don't realize that they're disconnected because they're functioning well on the outside while feeling empty on the inside. Some of the most common signs are: 1, you don't know what you actually want. You can answer what everyone else wants from you, but if someone asks you, what do you want? You freeze or hesitate. 2, you constantly seek validation. Your confidence depends on compliments, approval, achievements, or rather other people are happy with you. 3, you say yes when you want to say no. You struggle with boundaries because disappointing others feels worse than betraying yourself. 4, you feel like you're just going through the motions. You're checking off responsibilities, but you don't feel excited, fulfilled, or present in your own life. 5, you built a life that looks good, but doesn't feel like yours. From the outside, everything seems fine. Yet, something inside keeps saying, there has to be more than this. 6, you don't trust yourself. You overthink every decision, ask multiple people for advice, and second guess yourself even after making a choice. 7, you've forgotten who you were before life happened. Major life events, relationships, motherhood, career demands, or heartbreak have made it difficult to remember the woman underneath all the roles. 8, you ignore your own needs. You're excellent at taking care of everyone else, but rarely stop to ask what you need emotionally, mentally, or physically. 9, you feel emotionally numb or disconnected. You aren't necessarily sad. You just don't feel much of anything. Joy, excitement, and passion seem distant. 10, your worth is tied to your productivity. Rest feels uncomfortable because you've learned to measure your value by how much you accomplish. 11, you compare yourself constantly. Instead of appreciating your own journey, you're always wondering why someone else seems further ahead. 12, you don't recognize the woman you've become. You look in the mirror and think, how did I get here? The life you are living doesn't align with who you thought you would be. 13, you're living your lives by shoulds. Your decisions are based on what you should do instead of what aligns with your values and purpose. 14, you feel stuck but can't explain why. You know something needs to change, but you can't identify what it is. And last one, 15, you silence your intuition. Deep down, you know when something isn't right, but fear, guilt, or other people's opinions cause you to ignore that inner voice. Disconnection doesn't happen overnight. It happens when one yes, when you meant no, one ignored dream, one silent intuition, and one season of putting yourself last at a time. The beautiful part is that if you can become disconnected from yourself, you can also reconnect with yourself. I've honestly seen the disconnect with myself with several of these signs throughout my life. I think I always knew what I wanted, but either I settled for less, didn't know how I could get what I wanted, didn't always trust myself, lived my life by shoulds, and I felt I wasn't worthy enough for it. I did seek validation because most of the time I didn't feel like I was enough. So anytime I got compliments, approval, achievements, it felt amazing and it made me feel seen. I noticed when I was in the relationship with my son's dad that I was constantly seeking validation from him because I often did not feel like he truly cared for me, loved me, valued me, was attracted to me, respected me, and supported me. It honestly made me feel even more like I wasn't enough. I felt so disconnected, numb, angry, confused, alone, emotional, and hurt in my relationship. After my relationship ended, those feelings just doubled because I wanted us to raise our son together, but we just weren't the right fit for each other. I did feel a little relief when the relationship ended and that I could breathe a little better. Since childhood to adulthood, I have said yes when I wanted to say no. I didn't want to disappoint anyone, and I felt guilty if I said no. But by saying yes, I was betraying myself, which often caused resentment and regret. I used to ignore my needs by caring for everyone and putting people above myself throughout my life. However, when I got in a relationship with my son's dad, I was tired of my needs never being met. So I finally started voicing my needs just to receive dismissal, excuses, and told I'm asking for too much. When all I was asking for was affection, acts of service, emotional support, and patience. Within the relationship, I kept going back to putting my needs to the side and put him above myself, which only caused more damage to myself. I actually never really compared myself to anyone until being in that relationship because I felt like I was in competition with foreign women because that's all my ex dated, and he didn't let me forget it. If it wasn't for me silencing my intuition and not being fully healed, I wouldn't have got into that relationship, which caused me so much pain and put me into a dark place. But I did get the best gift, my son. He may have not been the best partner, but he gave me my son, and he's a good dad, which I'm grateful for. After I became a mom and my relationship ended, I just feel like I was going through the motions of being a mom and taking care of responsibilities. I just didn't feel like myself and did not recognize the person I was becoming. I forgot who I was before becoming a mom, before my relationship, before my heartbreak. My life just didn't align with who I thought I would be. I just honestly felt stuck and I couldn't explain why. Within the same year, I experienced many life events and hardships. I became a new mom, left my job to care for my son, my relationship ended, and I had to move in with my mom. Afterwards, I just felt depressed, stressed, disconnected, and stuck for 6 months. It took me to get to that point for me to realize I don't want to keep repeating the same cycles and making the same mistakes. I wanted better for my life and my son's life. So I knew I needed to rediscover myself, heal from everything, and find my purpose so that I can break generation curses and start living a better legacy. I needed to do the work so I could attract the right people, opportunities, and outcomes into my life to start living the life that I envisioned for my son and I. I had to go through a 12-month rebuilding journey for me to get to where I am today. I can honestly say that I have found my identity, my purpose, and I'm building a life that I love. You can do the same. You can rediscover yourself and find your identity, your purpose, and build a life that is yours and that you love. Each episode, we will get deeper and deeper, and I will continue to give you the tools to put into action. I want you to ask yourself this question. When was the last time you felt truly connected with yourself? Really think this question through. Write it down. Comment it below. We empowered women are in this together. I'm so excited to be on this journey with you to build a legacy and live empowered. If you love this video, don't forget to like and share with another woman that you know. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so that you get notified when I post the next video. Remember, information can inspire you, but transformation changes your legacy. This podcast is where power meets purpose, and every story becomes your legacy. Have a beautiful day. Until next time.
You glow different when you love yourself. Walk different when you know your worth. Can't nobody dim your